Well, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. What a blessed day it is, and we're so happy that you join us on today. I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and president of Trophy of Life Incorporated. We have the vision of sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration. We're going to do that for 365 days. That, believe me, is a blessing to come and render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to you. So, this is somewhat of a project. So, we want you to share every segment that we actually share with you, share it with someone else. We are happy to do that. That's a God given divine assignment, and we're happy to do that. So, God helps us, and you help us. We're not doing this alone. We need your help by sharing the words of encouragement every day. Every day. That's what we're here for, to be God's instrument in the earth. Well, I want to welcome my co-host, Takira.
Hello, everyone.
And we will introduce our guest momentarily. But I wanted to do a couple of things. One in particular is my son, a son of mine, had a word of encouragement to the audience. Our Project 365 had a word of encouragement, and he calls it the Motivation Monday. So let me read this, and I know it's going to flow right with what we have for you today. As we walk into a new week, let us examine our surroundings in the new year. If you find that you have become stagnant, complacent, or maybe even frustrated with where you are, exercise your out. Sometimes when people and situations have run you down and beat you up, it actually builds and strengthens you for your out. The man that walked on water to come to Jesus momentarily disregarded his fear and stepped out. Moses, with the rod in his hand, defying Pharaoh and nature, he heard Jesus was passing by and called out. So this week, this new week, know that your situation won't change until you do. Reach out. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And when you receive direction from God, it's just telling you to reach out. Reach out. I thought that was really sweet to start
That's
this
very
week.
nice.
And even to flow with what we're getting ready to receive. We're going to hear so much more of what we need to continue this year. I don't even want to talk about last year. I don't even want to talk about last year. Though it was a blessing to some, it was dramatic, of course, and then it was a downfall to others. But whatever it was, we're in this moment. We're in this moment. And today, we're going to talk about our soul, how wealthy our soul can be, how wealthy our soul can become. And we're going to talk with Dr. Vikki Johnson. I tell you what, the best way to see what she has accomplished and what she does is to Google her. Her bio is so extensive. So Google her so that we can have all these moments so that she can share as much as she can. But what works with really resonates with me and what really sticks to my heart is when I lost my husband. He passed away, and Dr. Vikki came and slept on my couch for several days. That was her support to show me her love. It's amazing. She was there to actually answer my phone, and I'm sure she remembers it now that I say it, but something like that is just a second nature to her. So I'm so happy that she agreed to come and speak to our souls, the benefit of having a healthy soul. Wow. Okay, I'm going to shut up. And would you join me in welcoming Dr. Vikki Johnson? You got it, Vikki.
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to have a conversation or something. I didn't know I was going to jump out here to Kira.
Jump, girl, jump.
I'm gonna just to make sure. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to block out as much background noise as possible because I'm starting to hear some. Oh, good afternoon. I am grateful to be here to support Project 365. I am well acquainted with the visionary Portia Wheatley. As she said, we are friends, we are sisters, and we are also co-laborers together in this work of empowerment, encouragement, enlightenment, and elevation of people. We both have a heart for people,
Mhm.
and then we got little Mama Takira Swan, our niece, who is along for not only the journey and the ride, but I'm sure this is just cultivating your leadership and continuing to expound upon who you are. And I'm just grateful that you're here supporting your auntie. I know that's a little informal, but hey, that's who we are. We just
That's
keep it real.
exactly.
The only thing that's missing right now is some grits. But I did have something on my heart that I wanted to share. I am Dr. Vikki Johnson. For those of you who may not know me, I thought that was cute. Portia said, "Well, Google her." You can also follow me on all social media at All Things Vikki, and that's VIKKI. My YouTube channel is All Things Vikki Johnson. My website is VikkiJohnson.com. So you can connect with me on any of those platforms and any of those spaces. I am really just got an expression of God in the earth. In 2014, let me just stick to my assignment. In 2014, I did a TED Talk on the power of sacred sisterhood. And the power of sacred sisterhood is this, because one of my passions and a part of my purpose and my assignment is to empower women, specifically women who are emerging leaders or who are currently leaders or established leaders, to support them in whatever way and opportunity that I am presented. And while preparing for that TED Talk, the download, because that's how it came to me, it literally was just a download, said when women connect, collaborate, and create community, the result is soul wealth. And I went, that's good. And then I went straight to 3rd John. God desires that we prosper and be in health, even as our souls prosper. And that is when Soul Wealth was born. Soul Wealth is not just a movement, it's not just a mentorship tribe, it is a way of being. And the definition that also came to me eventually is vision, compassion, authenticity, abundance, and legacy. I'll say it again. Soul Wealth is vision. Without a vision, you perish. And you can't help someone else with their vision if you're blind, right? So you have to cultivate your own vision before you can help someone else cultivate theirs. So it's vision, compassion. You cannot show love or kindness or the fruit of the spirit to anyone else if you're not giving that to yourself. We cannot give away what we don't have. So if we're not practicing self-care, if we're not practicing self-love, it is impossible to give that away to others. So
Right.
soul wealth is about compassion. It is about authenticity. Hey, we don't, especially now in this time that we're living in, we don't need to engage anybody's representative. We don't need to engage anybody's who they wish they were, or we don't need to engage the duplication um, of you being anyone else but who you were born in the earth to be. So authenticity is crucial. Authenticity unlocks your abundance. It is when you show up as who you truly are that your abundance then comes into your life like a magnet. Job 22, one of my favorite scriptures, one of the very first scriptures that God allowed Archbishop Ralph Dennis, my spiritual father, to just speak into my life and anchor my soul into the earth was the amplified version of Job 22. This changed my life. Agree with God quickly so that you can have peace and good come to you. That was the beginning of the peeling away of the layers of uh, all of the ways I thought I had to be, all of the layers and pretense and imaginings of who other people thought I needed to be. And that's what I'm getting to. Authenticity is about stripping away who other people think you're supposed to be.
Ooh, that's good.
And checking in with God. God, who do you say I am? Right? Like when Jesus said to his disciples, who do men say that I am? Ask yourself that question. Who do men say that I am? Who does God say that I am? And the response, the answer is who you now get to walk out this life and be. So soul wealth is vision, compassion, authenticity with yourself first. And then when you show up as your authentic self, everything else starts coming to you. That's that agree with God quickly so you can have, first of all, peace and good, the goodness of the Lord, the goodness in the land of the living, just all good things come to you. It unlocks your abundance. It unlocks your
Wow.
abundance. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I am come, Jesus said, that you might have life and life more abundantly, that you might have life sufficient in quantity and superior in quality. That's what abundance is. Sufficient in quantity and superior in quality. So when you are showing up in your beingness of soul wealth, you're living a life of vision, compassion, authenticity, and now abundance. Abundance is also living in Ephesians 3 and 20 that says to know the height and depth and width and breadth of God, to be filled with the fullness of Him to the point that people cannot tell where God ends and I begin, or vice versa. And that is what this Project 365 is about. This is really about being God in the earth 365 days of the year. And then on 366, or day one of the 365, you start over, you repeat that cycle of hope and encouragement. That's what this is about. This platform, not just Trophy of Life and this vision that Portia has, but I believe social media is in God's foresight 10, 20 years ago. He saw today where we would not be able to gather, where we would not be able to fellowship. So God in all sovereignty was like, okay, let me put the idea of technology in someone's mind. So in 10 years, and 15 years, and 20 years, where everyone will be quarantined or have to be at home and we won't be able to gather in services and do certain things. Now you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have TikTok, you have Clubhouse, you have all of these tools now where you can still connect. This is about connecting. Don't don't tell me what I need if you don't see who I am, right? That's what Project 365 is about. It is about us seeing the heart of people, the soul of people, the needs of people. And it's impossible to try to get people to conform. That's not your job anyway. You shouldn't be trying to get anybody to conform anyway, right? Be not conformed, but it's about being renewed in your mind. So once you start attracting your abundance by agreeing with God through your authenticity, through compassion, through vision, right? The last part of that is legacy. Who's going to remember you and how will they remember you? Like when I meet people, I want to leave them better than they were before we met or before that encounter. And so legacy is about grounding and anchoring your influence and your impact so that those coming behind you can stand on your shoulders and have a leg up. That's what legacy is.
Mhm.
So it could be a smile, it could be sleeping on your couch, it can be coming to eat some grits with you, it can be let's go hiking, let's go for a walk. It can be all of those things. But it really is not about me. It's not about you. It is about God being glorified. I will always also remember another of many things that I learned through Archbishop Ralph Dennis. You know, he was like, it's really about my life for God's glory. Everything that has happened in my life is all about God getting the glory,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
what did not kill me made me stronger,
Mhm.
made me wiser, made it should have created in me a deeper well, right? So
Mhm.
that in me God can be a well, and then out of me, coming out of me, God should be a river of living water. I have life for you. You remember that, Portia,
Yes,
when he
yes.
started preaching that series?
Oh,
I
yes.
have life for you. But
Yes.
in order for me to have life for you, I have to be willing to lay down my life, right? Because the
Mhm.
pattern of God is our pattern. And so, me being of service is not about what I can get out of it. It is about me serving others from my overflow. I was going to Ephesians 3. Um, it says to know the height and depth and width and breadth of God, to know the love of God that surpasses knowledge, where people can't tell where you end and God begins, etc. To be filled with the fullness of Him. You know what that means? That means now unto Him who is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think. It's according to the power that works in us. So, soul wealth is about living at capacity and serving others from your overflow. That is what Project 365 is about. If I didn't have hope, I couldn't offer you hope. If
Right.
I wasn't encouraging myself, come on, Vikki, you can do it. Come
Right.
on, Vikki, get up. It's another day that the Lord has kept you. Come on, Vikki. Um, in Him you live, move, and have your being. Your steps are ordered by God. No good thing will God withhold from you if you walk upright before Him. Come on, all things work together for the good of them who love God and who are called according to His purpose in Him, right? Like, if I could not do that for myself, I could not sit here and offer it to you. So Project 365 is a couple more things I wanted to share, Portia,
Absolutely.
before we close. I was thinking, I shared going into December 31st, preparing for January 1st. And in my time of meditation, I just said, God, what is 2021 a year of? And what came to me is that it is a year of grace. That's my phone ringing. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna
All
keep
good.
going. It's a year of grace, right? 2021, 2 + 2, 1. That's 5, right?
Right.
5 is the year of, this is the year of
Grace.
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 And so I was sitting, Portia, and I was like, let me just see. Do you know 3, 6, and 5 is 14? 1 and 4 is 5. Project 365, Project Grace.
Wow. Only Dr. Vikki. Only Dr. Vikki.
This is not just Project 365. This is Project Grace. Grace for what? Grace to breathe. This is what we're getting this year. Grace to breathe, grace to be who God said you be, grace to believe that you are who God says you are, and you can do what God says you can do, and you can have what God says you can have, grace to set and hold boundaries, that now you get to be clear about who has access to you, who doesn't have access to you, what you get to give, what you get to receive. So grace to set boundaries, grace to break unhealthy habits and patterns.
Mm.
This is the year of grace. And
Yes.
finally, grace to build a life that
Mm.
satisfies your soul.
To build a life that satisfies my soul.
Build a life that satisfies your soul. You have grace to build a life that satisfies your soul. I pray this little B12 shot of grace has enlightened you, has lifted you, has given you hope and encouragement and awakened your soul and your spirit to the grace that is sufficient for every area of your life. That the greater the chaos, the greater the grace.
Mm. I gotta write it down. Greater.
The
Mm.
greater the chaos,
The
the
greater the
greater the
grace.
grace. The greater the grace, the greater your peace. The peace of God that surpasses all understanding, that will guard your heart and your
Mm-mm-mm.
mind in and through Christ Jesus. That great peace is our inheritance. It is our birthright. Psalm 119 says, "Great peace have they that love the law of God, and nothing, no issue, no pandemic, no chaos at the Capitol, no politics,
Mm.
no job loss, no unemployment, nothing shall offend thee. Because if God will look out for the birds of the air, if God will look out for a blade of grass, how much more will God do for me and for you?" God bless y'all. Happy Monday. Happy
Wow.
January 11th, 2021. Happy year of grace that is sufficient for every area of your life. Namaste.
I love it.
Amen. Ashe.
What do you say? What do you? That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vic.
Yes.
I so appreciate that. It's so. I said in my I'm looking there. I said in my post, I promise you, you will receive several valuable declarations to optimize your life for 2021. I delivered. Look, I delivered the promise. I'm taking apart a piece of that. I delivered the promise. I told you you would get that, and indeed you did. I'm so grateful. Now I'm gonna go back, of course, and listen to it again to pick up my nuggets, all of my nuggets again, and especially that one. This is Project Grace. You broke it down, Vic. Thank you so much,
You're
Kira.
welcome.
Listen, I want more.
Yes, that's what I was just thinking. Yes.
Thoroughly
Mm-mm-mm.
enjoyed that, and I too took some notes, and I am just so excited. And talk about encouragement. You've encouraged me today, especially with this project. Like, I am re-excited.
Good.
I'm pumped to do the work that we're supposed to do. So thank you so much for
You are
coming and
welcome.
sharing with us.
You are welcome. One of the things that Archbishop Dennis used to say a lot, and it took root in my heart, and he still says it, that God gives grace for assignment. And, sometimes people wonder, like, how do you do what you do? How do you do all of that? And my answer simply is, I have grace for it. And I know even when grace has expired for me in certain situations,
Yes.
because I can no longer tolerate it. And that is how you will know you have grace for every assignment. And so you too have grace for Project Grace. And I look forward to coming back at some point, later in the year, and that you have an overflow of people who want to show up to offer hope, encouragement, and grace
Mm-mm.
to the world, right? To
Yes,
the
yes.
world, because this goes out worldwide and you just don't know who's going to watch and listen and feast and feed and be nourished by the words that are shared here on Project Grace. So I'm just grateful to be part of this vision.
Takira, take it for a moment. I got.
Oh Lord, what did we say? You really broke it down. You really did. And those of you who are watching and listening, if you can just grasp what we are bringing to you so far for this year, this is only the 11th day, and it's a reoccurring theme of being and doing and just going out and being who you're supposed to be this year without fear. Even if you have fear, you're just doing it, and
Right.
it's embracing your purpose and your plan for your life, what God has for you, and just being you, because it's bigger than us. And we've said this so many types of ways, and every guest that's come on here has just confirmed it over and over. So I really hope and encourage the people who are listening to our broadcast to just pick up on it, because it really will bless and change your life. So
Yeah, let's take a breath.
yes,
Inhale, exhale.
breathe.
Yeah. And I want our audience to know that you have a part in this.
Yes.
Um, Even if you are someone that doesn't drive, you can't go anywhere, you don't know, um, you don't actually resonate with some of the information that's shared over the days or over the incoming days, um, you still have a part, because in everything we bring, you know someone that is experiencing that particular topic or have experienced it and still have issues from it. So we're asking that you would share, like, all of that, because together we're a team.
Yes.
365 days, Project Grace. We are a team that is expressing hope, experiencing encouragement, and we're sharing inspiration. So, on that note, whew, and before we leave, let's do this. Takira, you have a shout out?
Yes, I do. I want to say happy birthday to my mother, Tawana
Yeah.
Glover. Happy birthday, Mom. We love you so much. And
Happy
I hope you just have
birthday.
an amazing year.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
birthday, Tawana Glover.
Yes, happy birthday, Diva Sisters,
Yes.
Diva Sister. And I also wanted to shout out to a friend of mine who's been checking in for the last few days that we've been on. Um, Elsie Brown Anderson. She's one of my friends from the Eastern Shore. Nothing like a good old country girl. And the other person is one of our mothers from the church, Mother Carrie Barnes. So we're just
Oh,
happy.
Mother
And I,
Mare.
yeah, Mother Mary.
The mayor.
Listen, listen. Yes, but I know there are others, but I just wanted to capture those two and give a shout out to them. So we thank you again, Dr. Vikki, and
Welcome.
we look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. And oh, guess who we're gonna have tomorrow?
Ooh.
You have to tune in to find out.
Okay, I love you all. God bless, and we will
All
see
right.
you soon.
Peace, everyone.
Bye.